Ladies and gentlemen, public speaking. I know it's quite a dirty word for quite a few of us. It's a nightmare for many of us. I still remember the first time I had to speak in public. It was in my 4th year of engineering. The amazing thing, when I was in the school, I could avoid all that. Because whenever my teacher would give me an opportunity to come forward, guess what? I would bunk the class. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not do that in the 4th year. In fact, I did try. In the final year of education in engineering, ladies and gentlemen, we were asked to make presentation on our final year project. And guess what? By then I was a topper. I had very good relationship with my teacher. So I went to my teacher with the hope that I could probably avoid making this presentation. So I go to my teacher and request, "Sir, is it alright if I don't make a presentation?" And when he says yes, I'm in love with my professor. Till I hear the next sentence. He says, "Abdullah, you don't want to make a presentation this year? Absolutely no problem. Come next year and make the presentation." I look at him, he smiles at me, and I know I need to make the presentation. I tell him, "Sir, I will make it." And you know what happened the whole night? Whole night I am walking around the park, trying to by heart my speech. Of course, that night I could not sleep. The next morning when I walk into the auditorium, I am stunned because the auditorium is well lit, too bright for me. So I walk to my professor with second request and I ask him, "Sir, can I please dim the light?" He asks me, "Abdullah, why should we dim the light?" And I say, when I am on the stage and showing the presentation, others might not be able to look at the PowerPoint presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, that was not the real reason. The real reason was I was afraid. When you are on the dais and you have so many people looking at you, small things like a small shiver in the leg highlights. Your heartbeat, which you probably would never have thought about, suddenly starts sounding in your ears. The tension levels skyrocket. That day was a special day. When my presentation got over, I really thought I did not do well, but the response was fabulous. Ladies and gentlemen, I got fantastic marks. That taught me a very important lesson of life. There are many times we avoid certain things thinking that it's not our strength. We avoid doing things because we believe we can't do it. But sometimes when we are forced to do it, ladies and gentlemen, we realize the fact that it's actually our strength, and more importantly, we enjoy it. Today, you hand me a mic, you make me stand on the dais, and guess what? I would not like to leave it. I love the fact that I'm in the limelight. I love the fact that there are people who are listening to what I need to say. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an amazing experience. I am sure many of you people have gone through that experience and have enjoyed it. But I am also sure there are quite a few of you who probably tried, did not like it because you didn't succeed. Don't give up. The reason is you can't give up. In today's world, public speaking is an essential part of it. Many of us construe that public speaking is only going onto the stage, standing and speaking. In subsequent video, I'll show the fact that public speaking has taken a broader perspective and meaning. But ladies and gentlemen, there are critical learnings hidden in the story I told you. The first and foremost is, believe me, we all love limelight. Show me one person among you who does not want to be famous, who does not want to be popular. It's not possible. And if you did say you don't wish to be, ladies and gentlemen, you are not being truthful. The fact of the matter is, we like to be successful. There's a second learning. Tension is normal. That night, as I did say, I walked around the park trying to by heart. But you know what? I was not the only person walking around. I saw quite a few other of my friends walking around. And more importantly, when I did request my teacher to dim the light, I had quite a few of my friends who came and thanked me for that. Tension everyone has. And the fact is, yes, legs shiver. The fact is, heart beats hard. But the amazing thing is, audience can't actually see it. In fact, in the next series of videos, I will be showing you how you can hide these facts from the audience. Because if your audience does not know, they do not know. As simple as that. There's a third learning. The first 1 minute is the most important. You would realize the fact that during the first 1 minute, the tension levels are high. But slowly, if your performance does go well, ladies and gentlemen, after that you don't want to leave the stage because you are the hero then. So ladies and gentlemen, learn the art of controlling that first 1 minute. And yes, we will be discussing a little more about how, the various techniques of doing that in our subsequent videos. The fourth learning is this. The pleasure of victory is great. Ask any person who has actually gone to the stage and did an impressive job. When you start getting that pat, when people start coming and congratulating you, you have just experienced the best part of your life. Don't miss out on it just because you're afraid. You would have realized the fact that whenever in your class teacher asks you for public speaking, your heart starts beating hard. But the same thing happens to your friends when they are invited. They too hesitate. So the problem is not with tension. The problem is what you do after you are tensed. You have two options, ladies and gentlemen. One, you can fight, the other you can flight. This chapter is about you fighting, not flighting. Because as I said, you simply cannot avoid public speaking in today's life. I am sure you are interested in politics. And I am sure you have seen our Prime Minister Modi speak. You ask me that one attribute which makes Prime Minister Modi, ladies and gentlemen, it's the ability to speak in public.
भाइयों बहनों, मैंने सिर्फ देश से 50 दिन मांगे हैं, 50 दिन। 30 दिसंबर तक मुझे मौका दीजिए मेरे भाई। अगर 30 दिसंबर के बाद कोई मेरी कमी रह जाए, कोई मेरी गलती निकल जाए, कोई मेरा गलत इरादा निकल जाए, आप जिस चौराहे में मुझे खड़ा करेंगे, मैं खड़ा होकर के देश जो सजा करेगा, वो सजा भुगतने के लिए तैयार।
Speaking in public is not standing and speaking in public, ladies and gentlemen. It's about ability to convince people of the ideas that you carry. What Prime Minister Modi was able to achieve was very simple. He was able to talk about his ideas. More importantly, he was able to sell and convince people of his ideas. And more importantly, his ability to implement those. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why Prime Minister Modi is where he is. Public speaking is not about style alone. It's not about content as well. It's also about understanding how to connect with the audience. This year, we have had this US elections. Two very important personalities fought the presidential election. One, a lady who everyone said is going to become the President of America this year, Hillary Clinton. The other, a very eccentric but yet a very rich businessman, Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, Hillary was a better debater. In fact, Hillary was a better speaker. Trump was not. But Trump knew how to convince people. He knew how to connect with people. And that is the reason why Trump was able to get the votes necessary for him to be declared as the President-elect of America. And yes, to become the President of America. In this series of lessons to do with presentation skills, I will be sharing with you my experiences of having evolved from a person who was afraid of being invited onto the dais to be a person who is afraid of being asked to leave the dais. I will be sharing with you a lot of experiences, not just of mine, but also of others. There's a very famous Chinese proverb. It says, intelligent people learn from their mistakes, but brilliant people learn from others' mistakes as well. I will be showing you clippings of quite a few good speakers. We are going to critically analyze what makes them great speakers and yet try to understand what are the areas where even they need to improve. This is not a skill that you can avoid. This is a skill that you need to master. Ladies and gentlemen, believe me, it can be learnt. Yes, it will take time, but this time is not an expense. This is an investment. Let's learn, let's conquer this. At the end of the day, let's become great speakers, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is what is going to make you successful in your life, both in the social setting as well as the professional. All the very best. Let's rock.